What's going on, y'all? So listen, girl, what's going on? I'm sad, y'all. Oh, girl, I've been doing I did leg day yesterday, right? I feel like I must have overdid it because, girl, I was walking at work like, whew, Lord have mercy. I'm sitting here now. I gotta stretch my stuff out. Yeah, I know I got a bad knee, um, but and I hate the fact that that's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. Ugh. I'm gonna mess around and be like my mama. My mama got both her knees replaced. I said, look at you, bitch. She got the brand new. Okay. But anyway, I hope y'all doing great. I hope y'all Halloween was good. Girl, I ain't do nothing. I was looking at the little trick-or-treaters when they was, doing their things because I was out in suburbia. Okay. And they was out in force, bitch. I ain't never seen no shit like that. But hey, congratulations. It's warm out, and it's the beginning of November. Listen, I ain't complaining. Because once December and January get here, girl, we gonna be on another time. I don't understand how come every time when daylight savings ends, we always be so shocked when it starts getting dark around 5 o'clock. Like, girl, how long have we been on this earth and we know that this happened? We be shocked every time. Because I stepped outside. I said, wait a minute. Why is it so dark? Oh, no. Oh, no. Bring back the sun. But, yeah, you all. I'm doing all right. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. Girl, I don't feel like... Let me shut up because I just jinxed myself. Y'all already knew what I was about to say. It was like, and somebody looked at their watch and was like, child, please, okay? But anyway, let's just get into it. Politics a little bit. I'm gonna be real with you, girl. I don't care. I am so out of the loop. Maybe because this is not my city, this is not my state. I have been hearing the whole situation about the Zoran. Mr. Zoe Madadi, okay? Baby, he won the mayoral race. So he is the new mayor elected for New York, and he was going against Andrew Cuomo. Was Andrew running for the Democratic ticket? Somebody, I just needed to know that because I did see some reports or whatever saying that, Trump had endorsed him a little bit or whatever, or said go ahead and, pick him or whatever. And we already know that was rooted in xenophobic and Islamic phobia and all of that stuff. That's just really what that was because Mr. Modani, he a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, now that they got this man as the president, no, not yet. The mayor elect, they been crashing out. Girl, they been crashing out all over Twitter, all over the TikTok. The conservatives just can't listen. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Okay? We feeling good. We gotta change. And at the end of the day, I just want the people who are upset to understand that y'all made this happen. Look at what's going on. SNAP benefits are happening, and people are either getting reduced SNAP benefits or they're not getting any at this point. And it took federal judges and all of that stuff, the courts, to tell this man to continue to have these SNAP benefits to go during the shutdown. He doesn't want that to happen. He is so bent on proving whatever point that is not real. I'm so tired of people saying, oh, this is the Democrats. This is the Democrats. The Democrats is the reason why this shutdown is happening. The Democrats is the reason why, the SNAP benefits is not happening, whatever. The Democrats don't control nothing at this current moment. The Democrats have not been controlling anything. This is the Republican being freaking goddamn stubborn and selfish. At the end of the day, you got to look at the party that's in control and look at how they are treating the people. They're using this country as pawns for the games that they're playing. And they don't give a good god darn if people go hungry, You know what I'm saying? Kids going without food, people, old elderly people without their insurance and can't get their medication, and all of these things, and people with disability can't get the help that they need because funding done been cut off. You know what I'm saying? They do not care. And it just makes me wonder, like, if you, because it gives that, basically they want to get rid of all of the poor people. You want to get rid of all the assistance that's given. And it's like, okay, let's say you get rid of all of that. Then what's next? You ain't gonna, like, it's just really ridiculous at this point. And I don't know if he can run for a second term for this term, since he already went. I don't think we had something like this before. And if it has, if he were to run, if he could run, and if he do become the freaking Republican choice nominee, that says a lot. After all of this that's going on, you would think with this long government shutdown, SNAP benefits being cut, tariffs is just out of control, prices are out of control, rent out of control, and it is not the Democrats doing, because they are not in control of anything at this moment. It is Republican. And so, yeah, they're going to crash out now, because a lot of Democrats got elected last night, in different states and cities. A lot of them got elected, all right? And people are tired. But yet, it's still going to be those who are just going to go ahead and continue to support while they're out there suffering. And at the end of the day, I never understood being for somebody who is allowing you to suffer. You are impoverished. You barely have water. You're washing up in a bucket, using a water hose outside from your neighbor's hookup, and you still voting for somebody that's against your needs. That is some type of mental illness that I would never understand. Okay? But I guess congratulations. They said dude used to be a little rapper or some stuff. Girl, all right. Listen, all I know is somebody that I follow and who follows me on Twitter, the only reason why I know about Madani is because, or I've seen the name and some of the stuff is because this person kept on tweeting about it, and they did not like him. And I was just like, well, what's going on? I don't know. Is it good or bad? Like, let me know, you guys. I've seen a lot of happy people, though. Now, when it comes to Andrew Cuomo, girl, listen. Exactly. You wasn't a good candidate. With your rap, okay? Them allegations and stuff on you, sir, no. And then Lala Anthony. What? She put that post up talking about something. This man been my friend for a long time. Y'all get out there and vote. Whichever way you want to vote, go vote. But this man been my friend. Girl, what? Take that post down. Did she take it down? I hope she did. You look stupid. Okay? You look stupid. But anyway, congratulations to everybody that won. Detroit got a black mayor. I said, girl, what? All right, well, hello. I said, you know what? Come through. All right. Virginia got a Democratic woman mayor now coming up. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's nice. But congratulations to everybody that won, that we wanted to win. I had to specify, girl. But yeah, that's what's going on. Moving on from that, y'all heard that whole situation, and I've been avoiding this because, girl, I really didn't care. But now I'm just sitting here like, wait. Diddy was up in jail, right? Well, he still is. How TMZ get them pictures? Girl, listen, don't even try to belch around TMZ. Don't belch, because TMZ gonna pop up and find you. Oh, she belched at this time on this day at this moment. Wait a minute. Where was the camera at? How did you get this? He got into it with somebody that was in the prison, right? They said that he woke up and dude had a knife to his throat. And then kind of find out that's not really what happened, but it was going to happen. So this guy named Raymond Castillo. I'm gonna go look at How to Get Away with Murder. That season, the season when she come on. Castillo. I love me some Amira, but anyway, so he basically said, what happened was it was this dude who was a gang member or whatever. They was up there in the recreational area. Diddy sitting there looking at Basketball Wives. And this is why I want to say something. I said over Basketball Wives. Dude came over there and was like, yo, homie, give me that chair. Diddy was like, absolutely not. And then he tried to come at him. They said Diddy didn't flinch. And I said, I kind of see that. They be like, what the fuck, nigga? He said, you trying to fight me over a chair that don't belong to neither one of us? My whole thing is, Raymond, he stopped that. Dude was going to come after him, but he intervened. That's what he was trying to say. He wanted to be Super Saver Ho. Okay, cool. You did a good deed. Because, truth be told, people don't really need to be sliced and diced. Well, people don't need to be sliced and diced over no goddamn chair. Okay? Over no goddamn chair. And that's literally what it was. Over a chair. And Diddy, all he wanted to do was watch Basketball Wives. I said, Basketball Wives? Is it the new season or the old season? Basketball Wives. He up there like, yeah, I used to be sitting courtside. Damn. I used to have a Louisville bed sheets too. Now I got this. Ain't this about a bitch? I used to eat off of Gucci flatware. Remember when Oprah said that shit to Toni Braxton? She said, and she was so mean to me. She was up there talking about some of my Gucci flatware. She ain't never had Gucci flatware. No, you didn't have Gucci flatware because you didn't buy it. That's why you ain't had Gucci flatware. Girl, let me tell you something. It was a whole debate about that because they was talking about, when Toni Braxton went a little bankrupt or whatever, the first team. And, I do feel like Oprah did come at her a little bit hard. She was just trying to make it seem like her spending was enormous when it really wasn't that. It was the reason because of the label and that deal. The fact you knew that the label was on some funny mess for the simple fact that she could not speak about that deal. She couldn't speak about the deal. She couldn't speak about the settlement or whatever for like 10 years. It was like a gag order on it once she won it against, LaFace and all that stuff. Because y'all know y'all was up there doing some fugazi stuff. And then the same thing happened to TLC. Child, please. Gucci flatware. Oprah was appalled. I said, girl, stop it. Stop it. I bet you got some Gucci flatware now. Okay, come on. Don't do that lady like that. But yeah, Diddy, they say he bragging about the fact that he might be out of jail probably at the top of the year or whatever because Trump might be giving him a pardon. At this point, I don't know what's going on, and nothing shocks me if that's real or fake or not. So I just want everybody to be prepared just in case. You know what I'm saying? Look at shit going. You just never know. And I remember George Santos, he didn't get pardoned too. So there's that. What is this? Yeah, that man went up there for probably like 2 weeks. He went to prison for 2 weeks and got out within the same month. And ain't nobody really saying nothing about it. You noticed that, right? Yeah. But anyway, all right, Diddy. And speaking of Oprah, Monique, girl, I am so tired of getting on this camera and when we talk about you, is you rehashing the same situation. And again, I understand wholeheartedly. Because I'm the type of person, don't fuck with my reputation. Don't mess with my character. I don't like people trying to speak ill of me. But at the same time, I know that people are going to have their opinion. People are going to feel the way that they feel. And I can't force nobody to change that. Even if I'm showing you that I'm this good person. Even if I'm showing you the evidence where you fucked up. That ain't going to make people change their mind. because some people just gonna be stuck in their ways and they gonna feel how they feel. And I understand you want to write that and you want them to clear that shit up. Every time we hear about Monique, she is talking about this Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey situation. Now she talking about she wanted an apology, she wanted to be public, and she wanted a transparency moment with them too publicly. It's not happening privately. It damn sure ain't gonna happen publicly. Listen, Monique, you are going to worry yourself to an early grave. And I don't want that to happen. I love the fact that you are out here getting your fitness on and everything. But sometimes we just got to let bygones be bygones and say, fuck them niggas. That's just what we got to do. Okay? Because I'm telling you, and I'm saying this because, again, like I said, we understand. We don't want nobody to, be talking on us and causing us, if we feel, causing us to lose out on this and lose out on that and fuck up our reputation. And you asking for an apology, a sit down or whatever. I'm going to tell you this. Oprah don't even know. I guaranteed you Oprah don't even know. Oprah has not been a part of us to know everything that's going on. Okay? They are not talking about you in any type of conversation and entertaining any type of, conversations with your name in it. If she don't have a homegirl named Monique, girl, she ain't talking or thinking about you and probably forgot the fact that y'all did a movie together. And that's fucked up, but that's truth. Y'all are in two different worlds. And she's not with us. Tyler Perry, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure he be seeing all this shit. Okay, you can't tell me he don't. Okay, he stay with the niggas. So there's that. But at the end of the day, like I said before, they really think that she's beneath her or beneath them, and not worth it. And then, which is crazy and which is messed up, but they probably think it even more because of the way that, she's going about this whole situation. And again, you can't tell somebody how to feel if they feel like they've been wrong, and you can't tell anybody truthfully when to stop. But when you see where it's going and that it's going to end up going nowhere and you're going to be the one that's affected, the person that keeps going, that's when you try to step in and be like, maybe you can consider just, chilling out for a minute. Because these people are not going to budge. It would be great if they did, but they got their pride and their ego too, and they're definitely not finna come down to your level. And that's just fucked up because, again, like I said, I truly feel like they believe that they're beneath you. You're beneath them. You're not worth nothing to them. You're not stopping their bottom line. This man has a whole sexual harassment / assault case against him worth what, $200 million? And has that slowed him down? Has that slowed the people down from going and watching his stuff on Netflix? The nigga, don't he got a movie that just came out today or is coming out tomorrow on Prime? Girl, he had another movie that was, what's that, Ruth and Boaz shit or whatever? I didn't watch it. With Devon Franklin and all that. Yeah. And then what's the other movie that's coming out either today or tomorrow? Girl, he been moving movie after movie after TV show after TV show, new series coming on, new seasons and all of this stuff. Nothing is stopping this man at this point. And at this point, I don't even know, like, the people still on his side. So I don't know what can happen to make them, just actually sit there and listen to it. And like, you could say, let's try to boycott. Ain't nobody finna boycott him. And I'm not saying that, I'm just saying we see how it's going. He got a whole lawsuit. Ain't nobody boycotting him. Them black Christians and aunties or whatever and grandmamas, they love that man. They gonna keep him in business. They gonna keep him in business. And because he employed black people, they definitely gonna keep him in business. Regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to just, sometimes you just got to take an L on something. And I feel like you're doing more harm to yourself than actually good, because you're talking about this in the way that you talked about it. You put more of a negative stamp on your own name by your own doing because of the way that you're handling this. And you're continuing to cause yourself to probably lose out on some things. And it's unfortunate that it works that way, but this is how that industry look and goes. And I will not be surprised if it comes out that him or her probably say don't work with the bitch. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised, okay? And that's probably also why she's still doing what she's doing. But at the end of the day, I'm just looking at it like, girl, we got to find something else to talk about because you're beating a dead horse at this point. They're not going to budge. And I hate that for you because I would love for them to be able to come together and do something like Lee Daniels did. But again, like I said, these are billionaires, multi-billionaires. They don't give a fuck, baby. You're not worth nothing to them. You're not going to affect them in any type of way. So that's unfortunate though. Baby, they not one of us. Moving on from that, Cardi B and Stefon Diggs, they having a baby boy. I mean, she put that out up in the song, but you know, okay, he confirmed that in the People magazine. I'll say, you know, I'm going to need you, and I hate the fact that this had to go into that, but I'll say put out a song, whatever, talking about son, how you having a baby and you married. Well, if I was married and you was my baby daddy, you know, and you was doing right, I could have been having your baby. That's how. But I get where he coming from. Because, you know, Offset will forever be salty. Okay? Offset will forever be salty. And I just don't understand, how are you so salty over the fact that your wife has moved on when you cheated throughout the whole relationship? Not just the marriage, but the whole inception of the relationship. So now that she has finally got over your ass, moved on to the next, and I'm not even, at this point, I'm not even upset at the fact that she moved on. I'm more so upset at the fact that she got pregnant as soon as she did with this nigga. But hey, that's neither here. Well, that's none of my business. I ain't gonna say that's neither here nor there because it is here and there. Okay? But I'm not gonna be upset that she moved on when you keep holding up the goddamn divorce. You're holding up the divorce because you can't let go. And it's a power situation. And you think you're trying to, you know, bring her down with that. And it's not working. It's just making the people look at you like a bitch. And then we found out that you got this, over $2 million tax debt. So she wasn't lying when she said that you was trying to get her to pay that goddamn taxes. If that tax debt's only got your name on it, bitch, you gonna have to pay that shit now. If it's joint, okay, and I'm pretty sure she probably would have paid her part by now. All right, just to get the fuck up out. But see, you playing games. It's giving Remy Ma and Pat Poose a little bit. Because had they filed for divorce and what's going on with them? But see, I ain't even gonna put it on that because, you know, that just got nasty and it just died down. But Offset and Cardi been nasty. He's manipulative as fuck. He want to have control, and he just upset at the fact that this time she's not falling for it and she has truly moved on, because the ultimate move on was getting pregnant by another man. As dumb as that was, that's exactly what she did, you know? And now I just don't understand. You've been cheating all this time, and once that bitch go out and do her own thing, now you got a problem with it? Oh, y'all be so silly. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, they having a baby boy. Congratulations. When is it due? Anyway. All I'm going to say is make sure you got insurance on your goddamn ticket if you brought a ticket to the concert, because I did. And I got insurance, and I'm going to get my refund if shit don't work out. Okay? Hey, it is what it is, all right? With that being said, moving on from that, Nicki Minaj is MAGA. We all know that. She's been praising Trump lately, so hey, there's that. Ain't nothing else to say about it. You can take that as you will. Speaking on... Has she spoken about the islands? Spoken about the hurricanes? I don't know. I got the Lady Block. I'm literally asking. You know, I seen all this shit on the blogs about her praising Trump, trying to protect the Christians in Nigeria or whatever, but and that he used her song in a video or something, and she Poppy Trump. Nothing is surprising anymore. It's 2025. It's almost 20. Bitch, 2026 will be here in a month and a half. My mama's birthday is on Saturday. My mama's birthday is on Saturday. I ain't get a shit because I ain't even remember. I'll buy something later. That is so bad. Listen, I love, speaking of my mom and speaking of my family, I love the fact that we all have had an awakening from the religious psychosis. Well, I don't even think we was in religious psychosis. Like, we knew the stuff was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that my mother allowed me and my sisters to actually think for ourselves and make our own decisions when it comes to certain things and never force things on us. When I grew up, we all grew up into the religion of Jehovah's Witness / cult. Okay. We grew up in it. And it's some Jehovah's Witnesses and ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't like to say that it's a cult. But you got to understand the reason why people call it a cult. Because look at the strict rules and stuff that they have to abide by. To the point where your family member who is baptized, if you were baptized and you get disfellowship, they can no longer talk to you. What? Even if you're excommunicated. Now, let me ask y'all, for those that go to church, if y'all get excommunicated from the church, your family still talk to y'all? I don't like any type of religion or organization or whatever you want to call it that is going to tell you if you are no longer a member or you get booted out, excommunicated, disfellowshipped or whatever, you can no longer talk to that person. What type of shit is that? How am I supposed... Okay, I just did... And all of this is so man-made, you know, where's these rules coming from? Because they're not all in the Bible. And they're not in the Bible, you know? And so I love the fact that my mom, you know, we eventually all came to the conclusion that, girl, we ain't with them, okay? The Jehovah's Witness or whatever. When I turned 18, I stopped going, and my mom didn't say anything about it. When my sister turned 18, she stopped going. Actually, prior to that, she probably stopped going. And then we all stopped going around the same time because, one, we didn't like the way my mother was being treated by a lot of the members in that congregation, in that specific conversation. Sherman fucking Park, bitch. Okay, I will put that out there. I didn't like it. And then all of them people was doing some foul shit up in that goddamn congregation. But yet y'all wanted to come at my mama and treat her like a goddamn outcast. And what she do? Absolutely fucking nothing. Because she was working. She was actually working because she let her kids go to goddamn college. Oh yeah, you're a Jehovah's Witness. You ain't supposed to be doing no higher education. But high school probably, you know, you're lucky to get to high school. But high school is where you go. And that's when you're in. College is kind of like, no, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, girl, bitch, what? My mama let us do what we needed to do. She never held us back. She never used that religious trope to make us not do stuff or whatever. I always told us to just go ahead and, you know, achieve your dreams and all that. My mama don't associate with the motherfuckers no more. Okay? And it just is what it is. And it's causing some goddamn division in the family as it is right now. And I'm just sitting here baffled because my mama asked my grandmama a question about college. Why you ain't let her go to college? And that just caused a whole fucking fallout. Now, mind you, my mama asked this question and she wasn't trying to cause no. She was just trying to have a conversation with her mama. And my grandma took it so fucking wrong. And it just snowballed from there. So now they ain't talking. My mama and her sister ain't talking. My sister and my auntie, which is my mama's sister, ain't talking. Bitch, and I'm just sitting on the sideline just looking at all of this shit going back and forth. And all of it is because of fucking religion. Jehovah fucking Witnesses. And you understand now why they call you motherfuckers a cult. Okay? That's one aspect of it. I said, girl, what the hell is going on? But see, my mama... she let us do what we had to do. She never held us back, you know. She swears she my manager, social media manager. She be like, girl, so when you go ahead and put this room up, fix that separate room and make it your media room, talk about this, talk about that. Don't show this, don't show that. Girl, you know, I was like, damn, do I pay you? Okay. Okay. But I love it. I love it. And yeah, my mama is doing so much better, y'all. Like I said, she got her knee surgeries. So she's still healing from it, but she's doing so much better. Cause my mama knees was fucked up. And it's because, you know, that's just how our body is. You know, she had that goddamn, when the goddamn, you know, the joints, ain't no cartilage. There was no cartilage in her knees. Oh, yeah, so she needed to get that shit done. Okay? The next thing we need to do is get them titties reduced. Because, bitch, them motherfuckers is down to the floor, bitch. Okay, shouldn't have said that. Imagine my mama probably going to be watching this, too. She probably going to text me and be like, bitch, what the fuck? Sorry, mother. But anyway, love you. Moving on from that. I don't even know what happened. Bitch, let's go. Moving on. Stranger Things. Y'all watching that? Girl, listen. So many movies and shows are coming back at the end of this month or at the beginning of the next month. And they've been gone for over a year. And it's like, bitch, I don't even remember what the fuck happened. Okay? I know that little boy, one of the little boys was being silenced and everything. And I was just like, that's hurt me off. And I was like, do I really want to watch the end of this? Probably not. And then Millie Bobby Brown, she up here trying to say that the dude that played her daddy, the dude that played her daddy on there was bullying her. And she had to file a complaint and shit while they was you know, doing the last season. That is so crazy. When we last saw them little motherfuckers, they was literally little motherfuckers. Now they like grown. When we come back, they grown as shit. Mm-hmm. Bitch, I be I gotta stop being nosy. Somebody in the hospital? Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, let me stop before they knock on my door and say, what the fuck? But yeah, girl, they had to file a little complaint. And she said, I need y'all to stop talking about my appearance. And y'all need to. But yeah, when it comes to Stranger Things, listen, it's one of those shows that I don't even remember what the hell happened. And it's one of those shows that I am not going back to rewatch to see. I know the gist of it, but I just don't remember what the hell happened. Also, the same thing with Power Book Force. Y'all know that comes on tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow night. If you look at it early, it's going to be up at 11 o'clock, p.m. But it really comes back November the 7th, which is Friday, right? And so it's like, and it's the last season. It's the last season. And I don't even remember what the hell happened the season before. And truth be told, I do not want to go back and look at it. It's just, listen, I haven't looked at the last season of BMF. I don't know. Like, I just can't stand when they do stuff like this with these TV shows, because this is not what we're used to. I mean, this is the new normal now, I guess, when it comes to shows that's on streaming or whatever. But also, these shows like Power and BMF and all that shit, they come on TV. The fact that it's taken like over a year to get the next season out, that's not how it used to be back in the day, bitch. And why is it that, especially like when you get on Netflix, why is it that it takes 15 years for an 8-episode show to come back? And then, like, they will split that bitch up in two. No, bitch, give me all of it at once. Since you want to take all day, give me all of it at once. I shouldn't. Nah. I can see, like, with Tyler Perry, when he do Beauty in Black, they give us, like, 8 or 9 episodes. 8 to 10 episodes. No, it's 8 episodes. They give us 8 episodes at once. And then it takes, like, a month or two before the second part come out. Because, he over there filming the second half. And, it don't take that much for him to edit because he do it all this. Anyway, yeah. But then you got a show, like Stranger Things, Wednesday, and all these other shows that be on Netflix that'll be gone for like 15 years, only to come back and give you part 1, which is only 4 episodes. And then you gotta wait 3 more months for part 2. Somebody that's in film and streaming and stuff like that today, Could y'all explain to us why that happens? And I don't know, did this happen before pre-COVID or was this post-COVID stuff? Either way, change it back. Cause I'm tired. Moving on from that. And speaking of TV shows, have y'all watched Welcome to Derry on HBO Max? The prelude to It. Pennywise and them. Bitch, I'm not gonna spoil it just in case you haven't watched it because it is a new show. It's only 2 episodes in. But girl, don't get attached to nobody. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't get attached to nobody, okay? Because I was not expecting that first episode had me like, wait a minute, what? So you mean to tell me what? What happened? I was hooked right then and there. Okay, and I love me a good horror movie. And so a horror series, I really hope it's one of those seasons one of these shows that starts off strong, stays strong, and it ends strong. You know what I'm saying? Don't start off strong and then just get lame as shit at the end. You know what I'm saying? I hope it just stays strong because that first episode was cute than the motherfucker. I was like, oh shit, bitch. You know, it's on HBO Max, like I said. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Girl, Russell Simmons, they said he reached a little settlement or whatever with 3 of his sexual abuse allegation from 3 of his people, or 3 accusers, I should say. And they said, according to court filings from October to 2024, Wendy Franco, Celie Abrams, and Sherry Abernathy claimed that the music mogul had not fulfilled his 2023 agreement totaling more than $3 million. Documents stated that he agreed to pay Franco $515,000 and Abrams and Abernathy $1,265,000 each. They both accused him of R-word and said these incidents happened in. Abernathy said it happened in 1983, and Abrams said it happened in 94. Franco didn't put her details public, but they also say that additional filings from early 2025 showed that Simmons also owed at least $8 million combined to 3 other women: Tina Klein Barker, or I should say Baker, Tony Sally, and Alexia Jones, though he had repeatedly paid reportedly just paid $220,000. They said that the Franco, Abrams, and Abernathy situation has been resolved. But what? But I thought he said he was innocent. I told you that's why he was over there. Listen, it was either settle them goddamn lawsuits or take his ass to jail. And that's why he stayed out there in Bali, because I don't think Bali can extradite anybody. And so therefore, he figured that out over there. And truth be told, I don't want him to come back. They still need to arrest his ass because he just looked like the type. But anyway, the chicken is coming home to roost, okay? I feel like some other stuff is probably about to go down. I don't know what, but I just feel it in my bone, in my spirit, okay? It's about to be a rude awakening for a lot of people. And I'm going to be watching should have been, what Monica said, should have known better, okay? Y'all seen Ray J up at the Boys Man tour? I understand siblings fight, siblings go through things. That nigga would never step foot on my stage. I don't give a fuck. Because, nigga, you are an embarrassment, okay? You are an embarrassment. But anyway, that was cute, though. You know, so many people are so much more mature than me. And speaking of maturity, let's talk about this because this stuff been going on online. Freak all this other stuff that I get going on. Pause. This stuff has been going on online. I don't know if y'all be on TikTok like I'm on TikTok. I can't believe that I really be on TikTok like I be posting, bitch. Y'all go follow me on TikTok, Ashley Shy Miller, okay? I really be on that posting for real. I'm so happy with myself because, like, I'm not just laying back in the cut. like I used to. I don't know why that just made me giggy, but hey, it is what it is. But listen, TikTok is fun and TikTok is drama filled. And the latest drama that's going on is this whole situation where these two people got into it, right? One got dragged for filth, okay? She put out a take on Jasmine Crockett, all right? And when you put out something publicly, when you put out something publicly on any social media network or platform, anybody can comment on it because it's now public, right? So people did not agree with this creator's take on Jasmine Crockett at the time, and this happened like probably right before the summer or right at the beginning of the summer. Like I think it was probably like the end of spring, something like that. So just to let you know, it was months ago. And, this other person responded and said that her take was doo doo. And instead of just respectfully disagreeing and pointing out why they disagreed, this person continued to make other videos just dogging out this creator. And, mind you, she was following her. And just, liking hate comments because her putting out all these videos allowed a lot of people to come through and to start saying how much that they hate this girl. Not just her take, but how they hate this girl. And it's okay, of course, to give your opinion about you having a wrong take or disagreeing with what somebody said. But then it turns from that to I hate her in general. You know what I'm saying? Because she this and this. It gets off topic. And so that started a literal hate train. Y'all talk about these hate trains or whatever. I witnessed this happen in person in real time. And I mean, I ain't never seen somebody get dog piled on that bad. And I'm talking about a regular person. And they really didn't do nothing. All they did was gave a take that just really, it was like, okay, I didn't agree with it. And I moved on. That's all people had to do. But they just went into talking about her in general, right? And it all spawned from this other girl that put this video out. She gained a whole bunch of followers, like thousands, hundreds of thousands. She gains thousands of followers off of this shit, right? Next thing you know, she talks about going to a party that was for mutual aid to help people who are struggling out here during this time where they can't get food because the benefits are gone or they're cut in half or whatever. You see this other creator that you help get dogpiled on and help start a hate train on, and you go over to her and try to say hey, and you touch her and say hey, and try to and then you come back and tell us that she looked at you, rolled her eyes, and kept on going. And you like, oh, so you mean that I thought this was just online beef. I didn't think that online beef mean that real life. Like, what the fuck? And that is where everybody was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I just want to say this. If we get into it online, okay? If we get into it online, y'all have to be real at the end of the day. Because people was talking about, oh, well, the other creator should have just went on ahead and took your olive branch. No, you can come up to a person after you done dogged them out or got people to hate them and all this stuff and talk all this nasty shit about them or whatever. You can come up to them if you want to. That don't mean that they got to be responsive to you, okay? They ain't got to say nothing. They ain't got to acknowledge you. They ain't got to take no goddamn peace offering or whatever. No, especially not in that situation. If I'm beefing with you, you beefing with me, because 9 out of 10, I ain't got no beef with nobody. It's because somebody just got a beef with me for whatever. And that's a you problem. And that's how I look at all of this stuff. That's why you don't see me going back and forth with nobody. You don't hear my name in no situation because, one, that's not the platform that I want. That's not the image that I want. Two, I've been there, done that, and I'm grown. I don't do that shit, okay? It comes a time where we supposed to grow the fuck up, all right? And if we do get back and forth, I'm not finna talk to you if I see you in a public place. You don't need to come up and talk to me because you're not gonna get the response that you want. Okay? Unless you trying to box, okay. But if it's to try to fake like you want to be cool or whatever and not thinking that, oh, this is just online stuff. No, online stuff is real life. That's why you have people that do stupid shit online and say dumb shit online, and guess what happened? They wind up getting fired from their jobs, or they wind up getting arrested for doing something dumb. You know what I'm saying? So that's what online stuff that transfer into real life that can very much affect real life, right? Same thing when it comes to beef or somebody that you get into a heated discussion, and especially if you a goddamn stranger, bitch. Girl, please keep the same energy, and then it just goes to show that a lot of people have fake personas. Okay, some people, and when people be asking for advice when they start YouTube or get on social media, and I just tell them, you have to be yourself. You cannot use the persona of somebody else because one, they will see through that shit. Okay? And you have to, there is nothing wrong. If you a boring bitch, that's fine. Be a boring bitch. And then you use this to probably work on your personality and work on you being more open. Okay? That's literally what I use this social media for. And if you see me in public, yeah, I'm going to be quiet. But once you start talking to me, I'm just like who I am on this goddamn camera. Ain't no gimmicks, ain't no switch up or whatever. I'm goofy as fuck. I'm quiet. I'm antisocial most of the time. But once you get into my aura and we start fucking talking or whatever, oh yeah, bitch, it's all laughs and shit. We good. And if you've been around me at any events that we happened past years or whatever, you know I'm telling the truth, you know. And so you can't make this and being on social media your whole first personality for one. Okay? Don't use people to try to get clout and to get a fucking standing off of or whatever, you know, because that's going to come back to bite your ass too. And just realize whatever you say online, be ready to fucking back that shit up if confronted in real life. That's just all to the good. That's all to it. And also, bitch, you know, TikTok shit is way more interesting than this fucking shit that's in the entertainment stuff, okay? Because I don't know if I said something about the Brene and Tim, and if you've been on TikTok, you know about that situation. Them bitches is in court right about now. Now, I just heard that motherfucker brought a pew-pew to the courthouse today and got arrested for it. What the hell is your problem? And then to hear the testimony about all the shit that bitch did to that girl, to Tim's ex-wife, girl, what the hell? She let you stay up in her home after you lied about your husband at the time, allegedly putting his hands on you, which was a lie, just so you could stay at their house, and you was fucking her man while she was in that motherfucker sleep. And she called you one of her good girlfriends. Bitch, I would have mollywopped that big titty bitch. Oh my God. And then you making all this money on social media, or are you really making all this money on social media to the point where you don't have a fucking lawyer to this case? You are being sued for $2 million for alienation of affection, right? They're down in South Carolina. I did not even know that was a thing, but apparently in some states, that is. And she getting sold for $2 million. And you mean to tell me you get a new car, you get a new place, you get married to this man allegedly, and you can't put none of that fucking money to the side to get a goddamn lawyer, and so therefore you finally come into this court case. Mind you, this shit been going on for over 2 years, and you finally get to the goddamn court case, and you ain't got a lawyer, and you representing yourself. Oh, bitch, you gon' lose. This shit is crazy. If you have been on TikTok, y'all know what it is. You know, I'm pretty sure you done came across it. And honestly, I'm gonna just say this. It is weird for motherfuckers to just be so totally invested in that. And I just don't understand, because she ain't the first bitch that actually cheated on their partner and lied about this and lied about that, nor put it on the internet. You know, it's people that's literally, I don't know if they taking vacation days or whatever, but they're going down to the court to be in attendance just to report back on TikTok. People flying out, that is some obsessive shit. People making their whole accounts and personalities about this whole situation. That is some sick shit. Now, when it's over and done with, what you gonna do after that? You got to think about stuff. That's why I can never do a stand page. And I never make my fucking account or some shit all solely about a regular bitch at that. Absolutely not. Unless that regular bitch is me. That's what we're going to make it about. Okay? Okay. Also speaking about some shows, since we get back into the entertainment of it all, that was some TikTok shit. I was trying to convince my mom and my sister to get TikTok the whole time I was over there last week. They paid me dust. I'm like, girl, you're missing out. It's a fun time. It's a fun, hilarious time. But hey, to each his own. FX has officially gave the green light to the spinoff, to Snowfall, that's gonna be with oh my God, Franklin Friend and his girlfriend that used to be the crackhead, Wanda. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's good. FX has been putting out a lot of good films and stuff like that, and TV shows. I haven't watched one that I was disappointed in. So, hopefully this spinoff is good, because sometimes the spinoffs don't really be that good. But, hopefully the spinoff is good. I'm definitely going to tune in and watch. And speaking of FX, American Horror Story Season 13 is coming, and Brian Murphy is giving us all of the originals. Miss Queen Jessica Lange is coming back. Mind you, she said she'll never come back to the shit, but she is coming back. Kathy Bates is coming back. Gabby Sidibe is coming back. Evan Peters is coming back. Angela Bassett is coming back. Billy Lord is coming back. Emma Roberts is coming back. Girl, I can, Anyway, so basically a lot of the original people, and of course Sarah Paulson is coming back. I have not watch All's Fair or whatever, that Ryan Murphy new show that got Sarah Paulson, Glenn Close, and Niecy Nash in it, and Tiana Taylor. But I seen them reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. People was going around saying they gave it a 0%. Now I gotta look at stuff myself, because sometimes people just be, talking out their ass. And I know that people was probably, maybe they said it was 0% because they just didn't like Kim Kardashian, which is understandable. She's not an actress, okay? So maybe they just judging her and they give it a 0%. I'm going to watch it and see. And I'm going to report back next week and be like, well, okay. Or, well, they were right, so we'll see. Also, what else is going on? Rest in peace to rapper Young Bleed. He was right out there at the Cash Money No Limit Versus, right? Who said he was on? I think he was on No Limit side. And right after the Versus, he was rushed to the hospital because he eventually had a brain aneurysm. And he was in the ICU for a few days, and I believe on the 1st of November, he had passed away. 51 years old. He did struggle with high blood pressure, but he was on medications and everything of that such. And, when it comes to, that's the thing with the body. It is so scary, y'all, because you can be doing the best that you can, or you can have your body in tip-top shape. You can be the healthiest that you eat nothing but green stuff. You don't eat meat. You don't eat dairy. You eat plants. You're vegan. You're this and that. And you only drink water. You don't put no sugars in your body unless it's natural sugars from the fruits and stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom, you got a blood clot. All of a sudden, you got an aneurysm here or there. Girl, I didn't even know that you can get, and I always thought that aneurysms happened in the brain. When I found out that you can get aneurysms anywhere was when I think Tommy Ford. Hold on. Let me get this clear. I think he had a stomach aneurysm. Yep, a ruptured abdominal aneurysm. Bitch, I said, girl, you can get it in your gut? I thought you could just get it in your brain. No, bitch, The motherfuckers can come anywhere. That is some scary shit, bitch. Oh, and you want to know what else is scary too? Girl, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I have to. You got the blood clots, you got the aneurysms and stuff like that. Wait until you hear about the whole situation with your intestines finally twisting up and dying. That happened to one of the BGs. Didn't even know that his shit was dying off, and that's what killed him. The motherfucker just twist, get wrapped up on the shit. I said, oh my fucking goodness. Oh my God. Girl, I'm too paranoid and I'm too goddamn, I'm a hypochondriac. I'm pretty sure that's just really what it is. Somebody say something is going on with them, bitch. I be like checking this, being like, oh my God, maybe that's happening to them. Oh, but may he rest in peace. In peace. That is so sad. He was only 51 years old. He was only 51 years old. Right? Well, at least he got his chance to get on the stage, and get back out there and the people that talking about him. But unfortunately, it's because he passed. But that's so sad. That is so sad. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Angela Oakley's husband, Charles. Okay, Charles Oakley got to pay $642,000 in legal fees to MSG, the Madison Square Garden, stemming from his incident that happened out there in 2017 when he got kicked out. Bitch, it's 2025 and you mean to tell me that shit's still lingering? Girl, I'd be so goddamn mad. Okay? I'd be so mad. They said the fee award stems largely from a court determination that Charles failed to preserve 5 years' worth of text messages, which were crucial to his civil suit accusing MSG and owner James Dolan of assault, battery, and defamation. And the incident had occurred in February 8, 2017, when Charles was removed from courtside seat at MSG during a game between the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Clippers. He was seen arguing with the arena security and was handcuffed and escorted out by several security guards, and he was later charged with misdemeanor assault and criminal trespassing. He said he never said a word to Dolan and he was minding his own business when security asked him why he was sitting so close to him. Bitch, they on appeal. I would too. Okay? Get your evidence together, baby. Tiana Taylor said she is not in a rush to call that man her boyfriend. Bitch, what? You have been gushing, and I mean gushing, all over this man for the past how long? And that's just what? That ain't your nigga. That's your babe. That ain't your boyfriend. That's your babe. Okay, when y'all start putting titles on people, how long it take y'all to do some stuff like that? Let me ask this. When you start dating people, first of all, if you date, do you just date one at a time, or are you one of those that date multiple? And there is no wrong, and I'm going to tell you this. Don't be ashamed to say if you date multiple, because that's what dating is. You're dating to see which person fits you best. And you shouldn't feel bad if you're dating multiples. You're not in a relationship, but you're dating. So when you're dating someone, how long does it take you to realize, oh, this is the person that I want, and I want to be their boyfriend, their girlfriend, or whatever? And when do you start doing those titles? And y'all fucking when y'all dating? Be honest. Be honest. Anyway, yeah, you are. We're grown. And speaking of grown, ASAP Rocky, bitch, pay that tenant, pay the money. They say he is facing a $1.1 million lawsuit after a contractor allegedly caused a catastrophic flood in the rapper's $11 million New York City condo, leaving his downstairs neighbor's home completely uninhabitable. So if his condo cost $11 million, I'm pretty sure the downstairs neighbor, which is probably directly underneath him, is a few $1,000,000 too. And you then flooded some shit out, and now my apartment, my condo that I spent all this goddamn money on, now bitch, I can't even stay up in there. Yeah, pay the money, bitch. Pay the money. They said according to Court documents obtained by the Independent, the incident occurred last December and was attributed to negligence of the punitive owner in Unit 5N, ASAP Rocky, and his contractor. The $6.5 million apartment below reportedly suffered severe damage to its fixtures, furnishing, and improvement, along with personal property and losses. The complaint detailed that several hot water pipes in and around Unit 5M burst, causing water to cascade from 5N into the Unit 5N, or I should say 4NF below. A third-party contractor later determined that the radiator supply valves had been left closed and no return valves had been installed, which allegedly led to the flooding. The residents of the damaged unit have since spent about $200,000 on temporary housing, and the suit claims that the apartment's ceiling, walls, floors, and electric circuitry have been torn apart and replaced. Yet the space remains uninhabitable, and the plaintiffs are reportedly seeking at least $900,000 in damages, plus an additional $200,000 from the condo board and $42,000 for remediation. He was previously sued in 2016 by a former landlord for allegedly leaving Manhattan rental in a filthy ass state. ASAP, pay him. And if you ain't got the money, you better ask Rihanna, okay? Let me just say this. I'm not spending all that. How y'all feel about that? When I get on, bitch, I'm sorry. And I get on, I get a little change. I'm not finna spend millions of dollars for a goddamn apartment in the sky. Hell no. I'm getting a big ass house. I spend that money on a big ass house. Cause so then if shit happens, I'm the only one that's responsible, and I ain't gotta worry about some stuff like this. Oh my God. Have y'all ever just like wonder like, I don't ever want to have this happen. Like people that get into these high-rise buildings, and I mean high-rise buildings. What if a fire or something break out and you all the way on the 100th floor? What if it breaks out like Greenfield? You remember that shit happened up in London a few years ago? Oh my God, and all them people that passed away. First of all, that was a faulty ass building, but shit, bitch. Whoa, I think about stuff like that because sometimes I ain't even gonna hold you. I did want to have an apartment up, in a high rise, but then I said absolutely not. First of all, I can't deal with the swaying. I can't deal with, no, I just, I'm that type of person that thinks too much. You know what I'm saying? I'd be nervous every day. But I just don't believe in spending all that money on a fucking building, on an apartment, a condo where either I'm above somebody or somebody is below me or they above me and I'm in the, girl, fuck that. I want to be in my own place, okay? Listen, I'm not finna do that. But yeah, pay that people the money, okay? I think Rihanna and him married. Which, if they are, that's cool. But I really do think they married already. But yeah. What else is going on? I gotta watch that shit with Mario because I was seeing something. I'll get back to it. Blueface out of jail. I seen the video of him with baby Krishan Jr. And all I'm going to say for that baby to be 2 years old, people say he almost 3 or going on 3 or whatever. Either fucking way, he's underweight. Krishan needs to go to jail. I, to this day, don't understand how people allowed her to get as big as she has, and the way that people were defending the fuck out of her, and the way that she was having so many stands going up for her and her behavior and everything. And if somebody said something about her child and the development or lack of development that boy was having, oh, you this, and you don't need to be talking about it, and you need to, y'all, they go so hard for her. Now people are seeing that bitch really fucked that baby up. And that baby did not have to have all those what's going on with him. I feel for that baby so much because he is in the wrong fucking environment. He don't need to be around none of those people. He don't need to be around none of those people. And I know for sure she is not getting him help because she's in denial. And that's just going to mean to her that she realized that, yeah, I fucked my child up, smoking and drinking, doing pregnancy and doing all the other stuff that she was doing. And yeah, I was cheering it on. And I look at the baby. He's the one that's suffering. Can barely hold his goddamn head up. Muscles weak as fuck. That shit made me so sad. When I seen that video, I was just like, oh my God. The fuck? She needs to go to jail. I'm sorry. She needs to go to jail. And that lady that made that, what's that, Kazana Monet, the AI generated, and the fact that shit charted on a billboard, and bitch, you gonna give a goddamn interview talking about it, and it's a black lady too. I said, now why would you do this? You know the struggle. Listen, it is so many struggling black artists out here who are super fucking talented and underrated as fuck, and all they need is that one fucking chance to make it, to get put out there, to get pushed and have their music and their talent shown, and for them to blow up. And you out here taking that away from somebody that deserved that spot by doing some AI bullshit and acting like ain't no big deal about it. You taking fucking food out of other bitches' mouth that actually got the talent. Bitch, I want to go to a concert. I want to see that person in flesh and blood. I don't want to see no goddamn hologram. I don't want to hear a fucking backing track. Bitch, absolutely the fuck not. I don't want to see a goddamn screen unless it's telling the story and I'm looking at a fucking movie as you up here on the stage singing and your body is actually moving, bitch. I will never forget that concert when Tupac came out on the stage and we was all like, bitch, what? And that's what shit started going downhill. I blame whoever brought that nigga out on stage. Tupac was over there in Cuba just being to himself, okay, chilling. And y'all brought his ass on stage with a hologram. And that, the world ain't been seeing peace ever since. We should have known the shit was coming once we saw that nigga floating out there and he had them lifelike mannerisms. I said, Tupac? What? Oh my God. And then the Whitney fucking Houston hologram tour. Pat Houston going to hell for that too. I just want y'all to know that. Okay. That I will never fucking forget. I said, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? And honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen too many of these hologram tours and stuff going on. Let me shut the fuck up because I feel like I probably just spoke something into existence. Oh my God, and I'll be so mad. All of a sudden it's going to be like, yeah, bitch, this person is going on tour. They're dead. They've been dead for how long? And what you mean they're going on tour? Absolutely not. They're going to be singing on the cruise trip. What are you talking about? Yeah. Scary times that we live in, y'all. Scary times that we live in. But anyway, I hope everybody is okay. Bitch, this is the shortest what it is I've done in a minute, bitch. It ain't even an hour and 15 minutes. Girl, I told y'all, and my fucking knee hurt. So, I got stuck. It's 7:38. I spoil y'all so much because I talk too goddamn much. I can't believe I got. Let me make sure I get, because I will put down 20 goddamn notes. 20 notes. Well, you couldn't see it because it was Blair. I put down 20 notes and skip a good 5 of them. And the video will still be over an hour and 30 minutes, bitch. Let me make sure. Da-da-da-da-da. 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 Thanks. Oh, so stupid. Oh, yeah, girl. Drake. Snoop Dogg cousin is suing Spotify, right? And he said they be up there inflating them goddamn strings. And he said he got the evidence that goddamn Drake, they done inflated like a few billions of his streams. I said, ain't that some shit? Mind you, Drake ain't being sued, but he using that motherfucker as an example, okay? And listen, ain't that funny? Because Drake is he filed the appeal to the UMG lawsuit, and all because they was using some bots or whatever. So he claims, but it's this track that he lost to, right? And then it comes out that your shit inflated. God damn it, bitch! Look at that. Bet you didn't see that coming. But anyway, Young Money has gone down. That is so fucking crazy. I never thought we'd see the day. Never thought we'd see the day. But anyway, you guys, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all. I ain't gonna take you too much of your time. I always do. I gotta be considerate. You guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Am I gonna do a movie corner? I might do a movie corner. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to do movie corners consistently. But it's not gonna be tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I see y'all for the Braxtons. I'm gonna tell y'all this. The Braxtons, I'm not reviewing this shit next season. If it comes back another season, don't even fucking ask me, because I cannot. I'm totally disgusted. I never thought I'd say that. And when I say I'm totally disgusted, oh bitch. Speaking of, that's what it was. Y'all saw the Heartbreak Retrograde. Tamar shit. Let me tell you this. First of all, the shit was weird as fuck, for the simple fact that I get that she trying to tell a story about the fact that she with a nigga and she fucking around with her ex. So she fucking around with two niggas, and one of the niggas is Roy from the ex is Roy from Beauty and Black, and then the nigga that she actually with, the boyfriend, is Mendices, who is called Mendices in the whole situation. Listen, I blame Beyonce for thinking and putting it out there, for making everybody feel like that they can put out a visual album, because girl, what? Absolutely not. But I ain't no hater, because the songs was actually cute. She needed to go ahead and just put the the EP out, and to put out 5 little videos for the songs. We ain't need all this other shit, because the acting was terrible. Let me tell you something, Mendices. That's the only thing that you knew how to say was shifting uterus. He shift your uterus. I was looking at Jay Lee Corner when she was talking about. She said, "Who is saying shifting uterus? Who is texting somebody talking about something they want them to shift their uterus? That shit hurts." I said, Jay Lee, goddamn. I'm like, it do sounds a little, because it's moving in the inside, bitch. You feel like cramps or some shit? Girl, don't nobody. Anyway, I was just like, what? He said, you let that motherfucker shift your uterus? He was shifting your uterus? You shift your uterus? And you think ain't nobody really talking about the songs, right? They see this whole movie thing. I mean, the concept is cute, whatever. Okay, I'll give you that. But it's distracting from the actual music, right? Because you want to know what's distracting? Shifting uterus, and that bitch telling you at the end, why you want to kiss me with those lips? Those lips that you done sucked another dick with, that you done spit on, that you done slobbed on. That motherfucker be that you done sucked on. He put it all the way in the back of your throat to make you gag, make you spit, make the snot come out your nose. I said, oh my God, this is violent. You was doing that. That is violent. Y'all be liking that shit, bitch. That don't sound like it's fun, bitch. That don't sound like it's fun. And Tamar was sitting there like this the whole time. I said, bitch, you finna laugh. Because I was laughing too. Because the nigga gonna tell me some shit like that, I would have fucking knocked his ass out. Okay? I'm fucked to knock his ass now. Bitch, what? And she want to be ghetto so bad. What had happened was that part, that was what was bothering me too. And then, I understood what was going on, but it was throwing me off when you bring real life people into it and you're not changing anybody's name. She had Vince in it and she had her mama in it. And I was just like, and then you call him Mendices. And you ain't even get an extra name. You just call him homeboy. Oh my God. That's a bitch that ain't got no type of sex appeal. Anyway, moving on from that, the songs are actually cute. Um, I hope she getting a little change off of it from putting it on YouTube. She should have just went on ahead and put it on iTunes and all of that shit too, so the fans can vibe. So she get a little. Well, honestly, she probably making more off of it from being on YouTube than, well, I guess cause hey, it is what it is. But anyway, that's all, y'all. Y'all enjoy the shifting fucking uteruses, bitch. He said, make the snot come out your nose. You be telling Yandy that shit, bitch. That's what it was. I really feel like he was pissed off and that's what he wanted to tell you. Anyway, is they still together or they still playing around? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Okay? Be safe. And I'll see y'all later. Thank you for putting up with my foolishness. Peace.